Welcome, my loves. Welcome back to Traveling Oracle, a magical podcast slash YouTube series, because I'm doing it all in one. Because who has the time to shoot different things for different platforms? Nobody. So I've got my pot of mediocre instant coffee. Guys, I love specialty coffee. I love to go to little cafes and sit with my cute little mug and drink my coffee. But today it's Sunday and I just wanted to enjoy myself. I just wanted to relax, and I heard a whisper. I heard a whisper in my ear that said, shoot a podcast today, record a podcast today, record your series today, do it. And I'm like, can you leave me alone? Can I relax? And then, guess what I heard? Girl, you've been relaxing all week. How y'all gonna call me out like that? This is the thing about spirit guides. They call you out. But anyway, before we go any further, I just want to pray really quickly and just invite some divine presence here with us. Thank you, God, for all your blessings. I invite your presence here with me. Holy Spirit, I invite your presence here with me. All the angels, all the spiritual beings that are with me for my good, please come right now and be in this space with us all and just bring us the messages. Bring through the messages that are needed to change lives. Thank you so much. Amen. Ooh! It is a beautiful day to change lives. Like, that's the first thing that's come through. And I feel like that's going to be my running theme for this podcast. Why I can't talk, like the Jamaican in me just came out. This is going to be the running theme for my podcast for the next couple months. It's a beautiful day to change lives. And as I said that, earlier, the sun just came out from behind the clouds. I'm shooting from Rome right now in my Airbnb, and oh, this city is gorgeous. And I want to touch on, I'm hearing a message come through already, on travel. Somebody listening has been toying with the desire to leave their town, leave their job in their hometown and just travel. And Spirit is saying yes. The thing about traveling, especially moving, even if it's not to travel the world like I do, maybe it's to just move cities and get a fresh perspective, a new start. The thing about space from where you were, the place where you were born, or the place where you were grown up, or the place where your family is, that space is so necessary for growth. And here's why. The person you were growing up is definitely not the person you are now. And it's not the person that you're trying to be or trying to become, right? And the thing that happens in hometowns or around immediate family members is no matter how hard you work on yourself, no matter how hard you or how much you've changed internally, your beliefs have shifted, your mindset has shifted, you're trying to go in a new direction. Like, you are a different person, as you should be, because you're a growing, developing human being. We don't stay the same. Anybody who stays the same is dead, right? And so growth is a part of life. We have this thing in culture like, oh, you've changed. Of course I've changed, honey. I've developed. I've read books. I've listened to podcasts. I've gotten a degree. Like, I've done things. I am definitely not the same, and I am proud of that. I have changed, honey. You are still the same? Shame on you. When you've changed so much internally and you stay in your hometown, maybe your parents' house or the same small town you've grown up in, even though you've changed, the people around you are looking at you and holding the vision of a person you used to be. You ever notice that, and people who don't live near their parents will notice this a lot. You go away, you're a different person, you're good, you've worked on yourself, you're happy, you're la. And the minute you go home for the holidays, your parents will draw out something in you that you haven't seen for the past year. It's like you regress to this little child, or you regress, like, all the progress that you've made in communication and being calm and being like all the progress you've made. Once you're back in your parents' presence, you regress completely. And it's because people who've known you for a very long time, they hold an energetic blueprint of who you are. And every time they gaze on you, every time they look at you with that old energetic blueprint. And if they look at you with that old energetic blueprint, and that old energetic blueprint is what is pulling you back to who you used to be. And so if you've never left, and you're just in the presence of people who know the old you 24/7, no matter how hard you try to break out of that mold, their collective energy looking at you as the old person they know will always keep you in place. And that's why growing, developing, spiritually awakening, just developing humans need their own space away from their immediate family, away from even old friends. You need your space to find yourself and to grow. And some of you are wondering why your life feels so stagnant too. It's because you haven't had the space to grow. You haven't had the space to put aside the mold of who you used to be, or who your parents have programmed you to be, and who your immediate family members or friendship group know you to be, and say, actually, who am I inside? Because every one of us, we're born with, along with our genes, I think we're born with something that we need to express for ourselves. Like everyone's born with a dream, a desire, a personality, something they want to do. But what happens in life is it becomes overshadowed. Sorry guys, if you hear dogs in the background, I'm in an Airbnb, and the Nonas next door, they got dogs, cats, children, grandchildren, like it's a whole thing. Anyway, we're all born with something impressed on our heart to bring out into society, and something impressed on our heart for us to become. But what happens in today's society is when we're born, our parents impose what they want us to be on us. And so a lot of us, we're living a mask. We're living in this shell of what our parents have projected on us, wondering why we hate life, why life is so mundane, why you're not enjoying your career, why you're not enjoying your relationships, why you're not enjoying the things that you have. And it's because those are not your things. Those are the things that your mom wants for you. This dog. Anyway. Those are the things that your parents want for you. Those are the things that society dictates that you must have. Those are the things that the people in your social circle think you should have to be successful. And so you're sitting surrounded by things that are okay, they're good, they're not bad, but they're not what's on your heart. And I want to challenge you today, after hearing this podcast and listening to this message, look around your life. And what things, people, careers, relationships, what is in your life that's not actually there because you want it there? What are the things in your life that are there because of other people's impositions, or they are there because you think it will make other people happy? Just that list alone will change your life. Let me get a sip of this coffee because once I had the space to do that in Bali, a lot of things started to change for me. I stripped away everything in my life. I stripped it away, and I said, even my beliefs, even my Christian beliefs, I stripped everything away, and I said, what do I know to be true? What do I know that I actually desire? What do I know that lights me up? What do I know that I want? I'm forgetting what everybody else wants, what everybody else expects of me, and I'm going to do what I know is implanted on my heart by God Himself. Okay, because if you believe that God created the earth, if you believe that God created everything, including you, whatever God that is for you, but if you believe in a divine being that's responsible for creation, then you must also believe that everything, every desire you have to be expressed in the world is a divine desire that's been planted in you, and it's actually a divine expression that wants to come out in the world through you. And when you deny yourself those innate desires, whether it's to be a chef, whether it's to open a bakery, whether it's to, I don't know, be a doctor, or it's to be an actress, whatever it is, sometimes we have this idea that divine expression or things that God wants us to do only look in a certain way. They only look a certain way. It's only like pastors or singers for the Lord. Like, no. What about the healers, the energy workers? What about the artists? What? Art is the highest form of divine expression. You think it's going in church and singing and like, no. art, there is something super spiritual. Ooh, I feel it. I feel the chills. There is something magical about art. And I find it interesting that in the society we have today, we dog artists, or we put them at the bottom of the ladder or whatever. At the top is the doctors and the engineers and the lawyers. And we put people like artists at the bottom, like, oh, you have to be a starving artist, like you don't make money, you know, like art is one of the highest expressions of divine energy. And I'm hearing that if a lot more of you, no matter what your career, no matter what it is that you do in life, a lot more of you need to get involved in art as a hobby, as a way of expressing yourself. And I'm hearing that it's going to heal a lot of you. Oh, I feel chills on my body. So I know that's like the meat of that message. A lot of you need to employ art in some way, and it doesn't have to be painting. Like sometimes we think, oh, art, paint. Explore different things that work for you, and that's going to start to heal your soul. A lot of you have soul wounds that need to be healed and nourished through art form, and through wild expression of art is what I'm hearing. Not going to a drawing class and someone says you have to draw here and no, that line is not straight, so it's not right. Not that, not the caged version of art. Wild expression of art, just taking paint and seeing what happens, like whatever that looks like for you, or just wild expression of art. I'm told to leave it there and for you to interpret what that means for you. And for some of you who don't know exactly what that means for you, go and explore. Today do a painting and sipping class, next week do a clay class or something. Just try different things until you find what it is that lights you up when you're doing the thing. Here's the thing, you may not be good at it, but it lights you up inside. When you feel that light up energy, that's your soul being like stitched back together. That's like the wounds on your soul being patched. Oh, that's a beautiful message. Thank you. So that's message one. Second thing I wanted to talk about, I'm gonna put a little ad in here for my new program, Awakened, because it's called Awakened, the Glow Up. And for those of you who don't know what a glow up is, it's like when you see that person who you knew, they were okay, they were just regular. And then you see them a year later and you're like, wait a minute, is that the same person? Why is her hair so fabulous? Look at her, like she looks completely physically different. And I'm saying she here because I'm talking about myself. So I'm gonna just interject here, she, he. Looks completely different on the outside. A lot of physical changes in how they look, even in their body. But the most important part is like there's an energy about them. Like there's something about them where you're like, wait a minute, I gotta take like a second look, like what's going on here? Like that's just not her normal energy. She got a little zuzz, a little zhuzh there, you know? That's what I call a glow up. And it doesn't only mean physically and energetically, but anytime you have a glow up in life, it also impacts your finance. And that's the part that was really amazing for me, because it's all good and well looking cute, feeling good. But when that bank account is empty though, when that bank account is empty, it keeps drawing you back to a place of disempowerment and fear. And once you're in that place, any good progress that you've made, it keeps pulling you back to fear. It keeps pulling you back to strife. It keeps pulling you down to a negative place. And so when I went through my glow up, I glowed up in all areas of my life, including the bank account. And I thank you, Lord, hallelujah. And so after that happened for me, after I had that complete life glow up, I said to myself, I've got to pull together a program that outlines exactly how to get to this place, exactly how to pull your life together energetically, because I feel like that's a secret sauce that people are missing right now. And I did a meditation session, and I heard in the meditation that Akil, you've been charged with the charge of bringing it to people's attention how to change their life energetically, how to live in a different way. It's like collectively as humans, there is a overhaul of the way we've been living. And you can see it when you look at things like Corona. Like Corona completely changed the world. It's like the world was going in this struggle, hustle, hustle, work hard, wake up at 5 a.m., go to sleep at 4 a.m. Like, work hard all day, go. If you're not pulling 12-hour shifts, you're not good enough. Like, it was this really ridiculous, I'm gonna say low vibrational, ridiculous, low negative way to push through life. And here's the thing, you can be successful in life through that culture. You can be successful in life through that way. But that's the way that has you stepping on other people, draining your energy, not being your full self because you're so empty. How can you give 10-hour shifts every day for months and not be empty, and not be so drained that you can't be a good mother to your children, and not be so drained that you can't be a good wife or partner or husband? How can you give so much energetically to work and still be able to nourish all the other areas of your life? You can't. Oh, and I'm hearing that's the plan of the negative forces in this world. They want to drain you so much on things that don't fucking matter. Giving 10 hours a day to a job for what? For what? That's not the area that needs your energy. It's your family that needs your energy. It's your children that needs your energy. It's the people in your life that you love that needs your energy. You need your energy. That's the other thing about this culture that we were perpetuating before Corona. This idea of self-sacrifice to the point of almost death. I read a story. I'm gonna take another sip. Of a doctor who collapsed and died from exhaustion. He worked himself to death, literally. And so all the possible patients who needed him in the future don't have him. His wife and his kids who need him don't have him. His parents lost a child too early. Like, all this death and destruction and loss and despair and negative energy, all because this person thought, in order to give what I need to give to the world, I have to give so much and not fill up myself with the basic necessities of rest and food. That's the culture we have to get away from. And that's the culture that's actually collectively changing. Corona went like poop, boom. Y'all don't want to listen to spiritual people. We're talking about filling yourself up and listening to your energetics and feeding your body and your mind and your soul. Okay, here's a virus to make you listen. Here's a complete overhaul of how we've been living. And so collectively now, we're able to focus a bit more on work-life balance. You know, working from the office, working some days from home. Working from the office, but I'm at home and I can still interact with my kids. I can do a little meditation before work. I don't have to jump on the train or drive to work. So I have time to do a little workout before I have to sign in. There was a complete overhaul of culture and the way of doing things in the world, and it's beautiful. But Awakened. So I created this program because I said to myself, I have received such a complete change in my life. I'm living a life now where I can travel whenever I want. I do whatever I want. I go, I shop. I don't look at price tags. I go to a restaurant. I know that no matter what I order, I can pay for. I feel supported by the universe. I feel divinely guided. I feel filled up. Nobody can knock me off my seat. Nobody can knock me off my high vibe. I feel amazing. And it's not just internal. My external world has also changed, and I also see and feel like this is the life I'm supposed to be living. And I said, I've got to show other people how to do this. And so in Awakened, we focus on connecting you with the mind, the body, the spirit. And the last week we talk about transmutation of energy. Guys, I had to stop a minute because I get really hot. When I'm channeling. Woo! Anyway, so yeah, in Awakened, we focus on connecting your mind, your body, your spirit together to activate your personal power. So many of you, and I'm thinking back to like my tarot sessions with especially women, and I've done tons of tarot sessions with women, and I always see the same underlying issue. The details of the problem might be different, but underneath the different issues, it's the same one underlying issue amongst almost every single woman I've done a tarot reading for, and it's disconnection to your personal power. And I said to myself, everything is connected. Everything is connected. Your bank account is always in red. It's connected to your personal power. Your relationships always end up toxic. It's connected to your personal power. Your career, you absolutely hate it. You feel like you're in the wrong field, but you feel stuck and you can't do anything. It's connected to your personal power. Your friends always betray you. It's connected to your personal power. It's all connected because your personal power is connected to your mind, your body, and your spirit. It's connected to who you are inside. Ooh. We look at the world in these little categories, like these different little boxes, and we compartmentalize things. And the moment you realize that everything in life is connected, it's all one, it shifts something in your mindset, and it's like it makes life easier, because if everything is connected, it then means that you need to just change one thing and everything else will shift. And that's what I found. You're struggling in your business and you're like, crap, I need to figure out like how to get my business together. You're struggling in your personal finances and you're like, crap, I need to figure out how to get my finances together. You're struggling in your love life, you're like, crap, I don't know why I'm picking the wrong type of guy, or why my relationships always end up like this. You're like, crap, I need to fix that as well. You have bad relationships with your family members. You're like, shit, I need to fix my relationship with my parents or my mother or my brother or my sister. And you're like, oh my gosh, I feel overwhelmed because there's so many things at one time that I need to fix. And it's like, sis, stop. They're all connected. They're all stemming from one source issue. And the one source issue is you're energetically out of balance. Once you balance your energies, you will start to see everything else in all the different compartments of your life come into balance, sometimes even all on their own. Sometimes it's not on their own, but what will happen is an opportunity will present itself without you even asking, where you can fix this, put this in balance. An opportunity comes here for finances. You're like, oh crap, fix that imbalance. Your mother calls you, hey la la, and you're like, ooh, opportunity to talk with her and just, mend some things. Like, things just start to come into balance. The problem comes when you don't understand that there's a physical world and the energetic world, and that the energetic world is the remote to change the channel in the physical world. When you don't understand that energetics holds the blueprint for changing and shaping your physical reality, when you don't understand that concept, what you end up doing is running around in the physical world, trying to do this, trying to fix that, and you're running around like a chicken without a head, and you are tiring yourself out because it's like you're pushing a boulder uphill, going and going, and you're wondering why no matter how hard you go, no matter how many times you do this, no matter how much you try, you just get tired and nothing changes. You just get tired and nothing changes because you cannot physically outwork stuck energy. You cannot physically outwork stuck energy. And I want to say, you cannot physically outwork stuck energy. I know I've tried, because I had stuck energy around my money. I had stuck financial energy for a very long time, and I didn't understand that concept. So I would launch business after business, after business after business, service after service after service after service. And I would put so much energy into those things. I would put so much energy, so much passion. I would put so much time. And here's the thing, they were good products. They were good services. But what was the problem? I was the problem. I was the problem because I didn't have the right energy behind them. And what do I mean by that? I mean, I was not connected to my personal power. My mind, my body, my spirit were out of whack. And so I had a block between who I am and my personal power. And what that means is, when I launched a business, I didn't have the energy and the drive behind it to push a business in a powerful way to success. I didn't because I was empty. I did it because I was not filling my cup. My mind, my body, my spirit were out of whack. I had nothing to give. So here I was trying to give to other people, trying to bring the service, but I had nothing in the tank in order to pour into someone else's tank. And that's the problem with a lot of you out there. Your intentions are good. Your products are good. Your services are good, but you have nothing to give. You have the ideas and you have the business know-how, but your tank is energetically empty. And so you launch something and you don't have the energy, you don't have the juice to drive that launch, to push it to the people who need to hear it. You don't have the juice to show up powerfully on your social media platforms and tell people why they need your product. You don't have the juice to bring that enthusiasm, that love for your product. You don't have the juice to answer all the questions. You don't have the power. And when you don't have the power, you don't have the drive. And when you don't have the drive, people don't respond. When you don't have the right energy behind things, people don't respond, because whether people believe it or not, whether they're spiritual or not, we all respond to people who we connect with beneath their words or beyond their words. Someone can say one sentence to you and you're like, okay, cool. And then another person in a few hours says the same sentence, but they have a passion behind it. They have an energy behind it. And it could be the exact same sentence. And you're like, yes, I love that. What's the difference? There's an energetic difference that activates people behind our words. And if you don't have that energy in you when you speak, if you don't have that energy in you when you speak, people pick up on it, whether they believe in energy or not. It reminds me of, like, you'll see those movies, and of course they're movies, but that actually happens in real life, where like you'll have a pitch meeting. Maybe there are many people pitching to secure an account, and one person can go in with all the facts, all the numbers, all the projections, all the profit margins and the like all the things that they need, and they present it, and it's like, good, oh my gosh, you have all the stats, you have all the facts, that's good. Somebody comes next behind them, less facts, less figures, but the passion and the connection, the emotional connection they make with their words, with their eyes, with their mannerism, moves the people who are listening, and they get that account. Why? It's that energy. It's that energy. Energy matters. And I want to wake you up to the fact that energy matters and energy is real. And for those of you who are not super, I don't want to say not super spiritual, because I believe we all are spiritual, whether you believe it or not. But those of you who are not in tune with your even spiritual gifts, as a reader, the best way for me to describe it is I can see energy so, like, as real as I can see this mug. And when I read for people, I see like there's a physical world, but right underneath the physical world, there's a little space that holds all the energy and all the information of everything that's in front of you. And once you get in that space, it's like a flow of energy. And in that flow of energy, when someone sits in front of me, I can access all the information about them and their issues, even issues that they're not bringing up to me that need to be addressed. I can see it all and I can touch it all. And I'm bringing that up because somebody's life is super difficult. You have to work really hard for everything you get, every morsel, every dollar, everything you do, you have to work really hard. And I'm losing my voice right now because I feel like whoever I'm speaking to, you feel like you don't have a voice, like you feel like you feel tied down and not able to speak because you don't even know what to say. But I'm going to point out your problem right now. Your problem is you have to work really hard for everything you've got because you're out of the energetic alignment. And remember, I just talked about that flow of energy under reality. There's a flow of energy that once you step into that river of energy, things will flow into your life that you need, and things that you don't need will flow right out. And once you keep that energetic house open in that flow, everything in life that you need comes to you. It's not that hard. Nothing is hard. Everything that you need. See, like, it's so funny because as soon as I start speaking about this part, I can't speak. Like my voice feels tied up. And I'm getting a very specific message. There's somebody else who's in a relationship who the person in that relationship has taken your voice. You don't have a voice in your relationship. You don't have a say in what you do, where you eat, la la la. Like you feel like you can't express yourself to this person. And I am being called to tell you that that's not an okay situation. And you need to reevaluate your space in that situation, in that relationship. And you need to reevaluate whether or not you need to be there. Whether or not you need to be there. Because a relationship where you have no voice is a hostage situation. It's not a relationship. It's a hostage situation. And somebody needs to come out of this hostage situation. So if that's you, you can talk to me separately, or you can just go ahead by yourself and think about that. But yeah, someone needs to rethink that. But yeah, collectively, a lot of us who are listening to this podcast, we need to just step into the flow. Just step into the flow of energy. And how do you do that? Just close your eyes and just say, do a few deep breaths in, out, and just say to yourself, life does not need to be hard. Life does not need to be hard. I am no longer here for life being difficult. I'm no longer available for the life of pain, struggle, and strife. And then picture a river flowing, like an energetic river. I'm not going to tell you what that looks like, because whatever that looks like for you, when I say picture an energetic river, is exactly what it is. And once you picture that river, step into that river. Just walk over to it and step into it and sit in it. And just picture the energy flowing through you downstream. And just sit there and feel the energy flowing. And feeling that energy flowing, just think about how easy life is going to be now that you're stepping into energetic flow. And what's going to happen after you do this for a while, I would say do this for 5 minutes every day. And what's going to happen to you once you've done this for a while is you'll start to get bolts of inspiration. You'll be doing stuff for your business and you'll hear, like just a thought will pop into your mind, I should say. A thought will pop into your mind to say, ooh, maybe you should do this. Listen to that thought. That's the energetic river showing you the way. So instead of you trying 20 different things and failing, the energetic river is going to bring the right path to you. You'll be at work and it says, hey, maybe you should approach the work in this way instead of the way you've been doing it. That's the energetic river. Maybe you have a date and on the date, your mind says, this guy's nice, but it's just not right. Something's not right. That's the energetic river trying to save you from 3 months of a terrible relationship before you get into it. Trust that energetic river. Trust that those bolts of inspiration. And I think I'm going to leave it there because the girl's got to go eat. And let me drink some more of my coffee. But I want to thank Divine Holy Spirit. I want to thank you for these messages. God, I want to thank you for these messages. All the angels and spiritual beings that are here for my good that have helped me to channel these messages. I want to thank you for that. I want to say to everyone who's listening, thank you for listening. I hope you got something lovely from this podcast. Not lovely, something life-changing from this podcast. Definitely follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Just go to Instagram because all my links are there. My Instagram is Akil_the_oracle. And check out the program Awakened because it's going to change your life. It's going to change your life. There's no way you can expel so much energy and put money behind your belief and things not change for you. So I'm going to leave that there and I will see you guys in our next episode. It's coming out next week, Monday. I hate giving dates because sometimes I go with the flow and the flow said, not today, honey. So sometime next week, we'll have the next episode and you guys go out, have a lovely day. And remember, energy before work. Align your energy before work. Love you guys. Mwah.